Subscribe to my channel Tales That Burn and press the bell icon for new stories. Humans gave Galactic Empire one warning: stay away from Earth. The Galactic Empire stretched across 1,000 systems. Its fleets burned worlds into obedience, its governors ruled with iron, and its banners flew from nebula to nebula. To most species, the Empire was inevitable, like gravity or death. When the Imperials found Earth, they assumed it would be the same. A small blue planet circling a yellow sun. One moon, one orbiting station, scattered colonies nearby. No great fleets. No cosmic weapons. Just a species still finding its footing among the stars. The Empire laughed. They arrived in orbit with dreadnoughts the size of cities. They demanded tribute. They announced Earth's surrender. And in response, the humans sent a single message across the Empire's comms: stay away from Earth. The court of the Emperor laughed for weeks. Warlords made jokes about the fragile mammals. Admirals compared Earth to a grain of sand before a tidal wave. A warning from them? Ridiculous. And so the Empire tested humanity. The first test was small. A fleet of 30 ships, commanded by an arrogant viscount who wanted glory. He descended on Earth's nearest colony, Luna Prime. The colony had only 3 defense frigates, outdated and underarmed. By all calculations, they should have fallen within hours. But when the Viscount's fleet jumped into orbit, the humans didn't fight like the Empire expected. They didn't meet force with force. They adapted. Frigates moved in unpredictable patterns, weaving between asteroids, exploiting blind spots in Imperial targeting systems. Human soldiers hacked into comms, feeding false orders into the fleet's command net. Drones disguised as scrap detonated inside hangars. By the time the Viscount realized he was being toyed with, half his fleet had torn itself apart. He limped home with 5 ships. The Emperor frowned. It was an irritation. Nothing more. But the warning still echoed. Stay away from Earth. The second test was larger. An entire armada, 100 ships strong, descended on Mars colony. This time the Empire expected sabotage. They hardened their networks. They reinforced their shields. They came ready. It didn't matter. The humans fought with a madness the Empire had never seen. They rammed smaller craft into capital ships, detonating themselves at point-blank range. They turned mining lasers into planetary cannons, burning through hulls at impossible angles. They used orbital debris as weapons, dropping shattered satellites onto the fleet below. By the battle's end, the red sky of Mars was filled with wreckage. Only a handful of Imperial ships crawled back into hyperspace. The Emperor no longer laughed. Yet still, the humans said only one thing: stay away from Earth. The Empire escalated. They sent assassins, saboteurs, psychological campaigns. Humans survived them all. For every agent they sent, 2 were discovered. For every lie they broadcast, humans countered with truth. For every attempt to fracture their colonies, humanity grew more united. It baffled the Empire. Other species fractured under pressure, bowed when faced with annihilation. Humans did the opposite. The more they were threatened, the tighter they held together. The Emperor grew furious. This was no longer about conquest. It was about pride. And so he unleashed the Crimson Armada. 10,000 ships. Enough to crush entire civilizations. Enough to burn Earth to ash. The Empire's fleet swept into Sol System, blotting out the stars. The Emperor himself watched from his flagship, eager to see Earth break. But Earth did not break. Instead, Earth revealed what it had hidden. From the dark side of the moon, from the depths of Earth's oceans, from caverns carved beneath continents, ships rose. Not grand dreadnoughts. Not planet killers. But fleets of lean, fast, ruthless craft. Hidden for decades. Waiting. The Crimson Armada launched in triumph. And then the humans struck. They fought not like an empire, but like predators. Wolf packs circling prey. Swarms of fighters diving into blind spots, tearing capital ships apart piece by piece. Battles that should have been over in minutes stretched into days. The Empire's numerical advantage meant nothing. Because humans weren't fighting to win battles. They were fighting to survive. And survival meant fighting smarter. They jammed sensors with solar flares. They lured fleets into Jupiter storms, where lightning fried systems. They detonated nukes inside hyperspace corridors, collapsing exits and trapping entire squadrons in the void. And through it all, a single message pulsed across every Imperial channel. Stay away from Earth. Weeks later, the Emperor's flagship limped home. The Crimson Armada was gone. 10,000 ships reduced to wreckage scattered across Sol. The Emperor sat on his throne in silence, his crown heavy, his pride shattered. The humans had not just survived. They had humiliated him. But the worst was not the loss of ships. It was what the Empire had seen. They had seen soldiers fight after losing limbs, dragging themselves forward with nothing but willpower. They had seen colonists turn entire cities into traps, refusing to abandon a single street. They had seen a species that treated war not as an art, but as a necessity woven into their blood. The Empire had seen the human soul. And for the first time in centuries, the Empire felt fear. The galaxy changed after that. Whispers spread in the shadows of marketplaces, in the halls of alien courts. Stories of Earth's warning. Stories of humans who fought like no other. Stories of the Crimson Armada's ashes. To some, humans became monsters. To others, legends. But all agreed on one thing. When humans say, "Stay away," you listen. Years later, ambassadors from the Empire approached Earth, not with fleets, but with bowed heads. They offered peace, trade, recognition. The humans considered in silence. Finally, Earth's leaders sent one last message across the stars. We warned you once. There will not be a second time. And the galaxy understood. The small blue planet had teeth, friends. This was today's story from Tales That Burn Fire. If you enjoyed the story, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you don't miss any new stories.